Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are continuing on with the virtue and vices. Super excited. We had such an awesome time yesterday and continue to move on and get into it. Very exciting. Today's topic that we're talking about is arrogance. This is going to be fun because we haven't spoke about it yet. And also, when you have arrogance is the vice, the virtue is humility. And we haven't spoken about that yet, so it's going to be really power packed. It's going to be really good, and I hope that you guys enjoy. I know you will enjoy it, especially because you're here with me and sharing this energy with me. So I love you guys just like that, and I can't wait to start. So let's do it. Subscribe to Honor Mary YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Like the videos, comment. I love to know what you have to say, and here we go. We talk about arrogance today, aren't we? Arrogance is a vice, and that's what we're speaking about today. Today's word for the vice is arrogance. And when you have arrogance, what type of virtue do you want to have? The virtue that comes with arrogance is humility. That's what we're going to talk about today. So arrogance, the root word of arrogance is arrogant. And arrogant is having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance. So I believe that I'm important, but I believe that I'm more important than you. Okay? I believe that I'm more important than that king, and I believe that I'm more important than that queen. And I believe that my abilities are better than yours. That's arrogance always deals with the comparison. Have we ever been in a place where we felt like we could do no wrong? I want you to put a 1 in the comments. If somebody could put a 1 in the comments for me. If you've ever been in a place in your life, I don't know now, I don't know before, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. If you ever been like, I can't do no wrong. See, I do this right. I always make sure I do good. I don't be catching no attitudes. You know, we just know that we know God has blessed off that we have no fault. Right? The no fault. I can't do no wrong. I'm fault proof. I can't do no wrong. And that's a part of it. You know, some people say, oh, I'm not arrogant. I don't walk around like, oh, I'm the best person in the world. But do you feel like, okay, honey, do you feel like you don't do no wrong? Do you feel like you're fault proof? We start tapping into people that start feeling are filled with perfection. People that always got to do it right. That's what we're talking about. You come to a place. Do you know anyone that just doesn't listen because they feel that they're right? They could be wrong to the wrong. You got receipts, and they still won't listen because they feel that they're right. If you ever dealt with that, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. If you ever dealt with somebody that don't listen, they don't want to see the receipts that they were right, that they're wrong. They don't want to listen to what you have to say. They don't care. What they say is word and bond, and that's it. We all dealt with people like that before, right? When we're dealing with, okay, preacher, when we're dealing with this arrogance, or we're dealing with being arrogant, there's some things that I'm going to list right now that it deals with arrogant people, and these arrogant people can be people that we deal with, and it also can be self. So I'm going to list some things, and when I'm done, I want to know if you find yourself in any of it. It don't have to be all of it. It could be some of it. Chucky, hey, missed you. It doesn't have to be all of it, but it could be some of it, right? So arrogance. The person that is arrogant, they're fault proof. There's nothing you can say to me or do to me to make me believe that I'm wrong. Chucky, thank you for being a fan again. The next thing is they do not listen. It doesn't matter what you say. I can't hear what you're saying because I know I'm right. And I don't care what you got to show me receipts that I am wrong. I don't care. An arrogant person always interrupts because they always want to have what they have to say is superior. How they feel is superior. Their opinions, their thoughts, their ideas are always greater and superior than others. So they always interrupt because they got to be heard. Let's keep going. An arrogant person wants to be right. I'll do whatever it takes. Come on, Chucky. I'll do whatever it takes to be right. If I gotta lie, cheat, steal, kill, hurt, it don't matter. I'll do anything it takes to be right. JJ, welcome forward, love. Love you. Whatever it takes, I'll do. Okay, honey. Oh, you want me to stab who in the back? My mother? Okay. I'll stab my mother in the back so I can make sure that I'm right. I hurt my children to make sure that I'm right. I'll betray my loved one, my spouse, to make sure that I'm right. It's okay because I want to make sure that I'm right. Okay. Arrogant person always wants to be right. Arrogant person doesn't see anything different. What do you mean by that? I always see one way. I got tunnel vision. All right, so an arrogant person is fault proof. They don't listen. Don't matter what you're saying. They always interrupt because they feel like what they're saying is more superior than what you have to say. Right? Then the next thing is they want to be right, and they will do whatever it takes. I will do whatever it takes to be right. If you got receipts, I'll find those receipts and try to delete them. Whatever conniving, scheming thing I got to do to make it happen, I'm going to make it happen. This is what arrogant people do. I am who I am. Hey, love. And next thing is they always push the point. All right, I heard what you have to say, but I got something to say too. No, but this is the right way. This is what we got to do. Never want to hear nobody. When we're arrogant and we're in a place of being arrogant, it shows frustration soon. So if you don't believe that I'm right, someone that's arrogant starts getting frustrated quickly. Okay. It doesn't, yeah, but I have receipts that, no, I said that it is this. It is what it is. When I showed you and I told you, I remember, you can't tell me no different, but I have receipts. Why you keep bringing that up? I'm trying to tell you something else. An arrogant person gets really frustrated really quick. They always have excuses, right? They always have excuses, but an arrogant person avoids accountability because then then it's me agreeing that I was wrong. If I begin to have some accountability about the things that I do, an arrogant person will not be accountable, because then it's showing that I'm telling you that I'm wrong for what I did, and that can't happen. Because I'm superior than you, I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you. I can never show you my weakness. I can never show you that I'm weak. That's just what arrogant people do. The next thing and the last thing we're going to talk about as far as arrogant things that arrogant people do is they create a fear culture. An arrogant person will use fear. They will put fear into people so they can always feel better. They create fear so that people around them, so they can feel better. It's like a king and his subjects. I want you to know that I wear the crown. I'm going to tell you what you should do. I want you to fear trying to stand up for me and have a voice around me, because my voice is greater than yours. My power is bigger than yours. And that's what arrogant people do. They love to create a fear culture, a fear environment. So wherever I go, I feel superior because you're scared of me. You're scared of what I have to say. You're scared of the things that I do. That's what it is. I've been there. So yes, at that point I was arrogant, because just because you're on top, it don't mean that you always have the answers. Just because you're on top doesn't mean that someone else can't come in and be there too. Come on, we got to start recognizing some things, that it ain't just all about me, okay? Right, it's not just about me. And when we start recognizing it's not just about me, that's when we become better. That's when we're a greater person than who we was. When we're in a place of arrogance, we can never become, we can't grow. You can't grow. Well, so I did it to my kids and didn't recognize it. Come on, because we have been going through this arrogance thing for so long. We have been going through this arrogance thing for so long that we forget. We've been going through this arrogance thing for so long that we begin to feel like it's something that we need. We start teaching our kids that. Did you hear? We start teaching our kids, you better not let nobody tell you that you wrong, because you said, your mama said, daddy said. Your father won't tend. What are you teaching, Cece? Thank you, love. What are you teaching your children? To be arrogant? Why? You want them to be in a place that they can't grow? They can't value other people's opinion? And you wonder why you're running around, and every time you tell them to do something, they're hard-headed and they don't listen, because you have instilled arrogance in them because you believe that it was strength. Now we're getting deep. Now we're getting deep in the vices. Okay, Prime. Why my kids don't listen to me? Oh yeah, he's just so hard-headed. Why? Because he's watching mama and he's watching daddy walk around and never listen to someone else's opinion. Never want to say that they were wrong. Walk around, stomp around the house and put fear in everybody's heart. And then we want, okay, Sunflower, then we wonder why that our kids are not listening to us. It's a difference between arrogance and confidence, right? And it's a big difference between arrogance and confidence. Confidence deals with appreciating the abilities on the inside that was given to us from the Most High. That's different. Arrogance is appreciating your own abilities, exaggerating the abilities you have on the inside like you did it yourself. That's the two things. Hey, Kelly, welcome forward. Thank you, DJ Tilter, for the taps. Big difference between arrogance and confidence. I'm exaggerating my abilities because it's mine and I do it right and I'm going to make sure. No, where did those abilities come from? Confidence recognizes, that's what it says. Confidence recognizes and there is appreciation coming from the recognition of recognizing the abilities that you have on the inside that was put there from the Most High. Somebody gave it to me because somebody loves me and they didn't have to do it. And it's not just my own abilities, but what they have done to give me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. And that's confidence. I'm confident in who I am because I know who is my Father and I know what I can do. My abilities come from Him, right? So the appreciation of someone else is not just about me. Okay, honey? But when we deal with arrogance, it's exaggerated sense of one's own importance and one's own ability that we believe we're more important than Him. No, what you talking about, Candy? I was arrogant before, but I never believed that I was more important than the Most High. You talking crazy. What do you mean by that? Well, you never thought you was wrong. And there's only one person that I know could do that. So what are you saying? You always had the right way. That means it says His thoughts is not our thoughts. So you're basically saying you know His thoughts because you're perfect and you could do everything right. You do no wrong. So what are you actually saying? I come to a place that I'm not God. We deal with arrogance. They have a perception that they believe you are and enjoy being. An arrogant person believes that they are and enjoy being superior. I enjoy having the power. I enjoy being better than other people. I enjoy those things. I always gotta feel higher. I always got to be put on the throne, on the pedestal. They believe they are. See, there's a big difference with people that know who their Father is, the people that know why they were created, the people that know who I am. Knowing and believing is two different things. Because what I do know is that the Father gave me life. And what I do know is that I'm a child of the King. And what I do know is I don't gotta have everything perfect, but everything that was promised to me is still mine. You see, I know some things, but when we deal with arrogance, we believe the perception is wrong because we're believing that we are greater than we are. And what I mean by greater than we are is we believe we're greater than Him. And that's what arrogant people do. I can do it all by myself. And I'm always right. And I always do it right. Come on, Nana. Yes. Pressure, welcome back, love. Thank you, honey. Arrogant people become lonely people because no one wants to be around them. Right, that part. The perception is wrong. But Candy, you always talk about being better, and you always talk about loving yourself more at the end of the day. Isn't that what I'm doing? I'm enjoying being better. No, I didn't say be better than everyone. I said love yourself more at the end of the day so you can love people better. He said love thy neighbor as you love yourself. If I think I'm greater than my neighbor, there's no way that I can love you like I love me. Do I got to say that again? If the word says love thy neighbor like you love yourself, there's no way I could love you if I feel that I'm greater than you. I can't love you the same because I feel like I'm better. Okay. Serenade, welcome forward, love. Okay, all right, Sunflower. The arrogant people, they don't look like what they've been through, so they forgot where they came from. Did you hear me? Thank you, love. Okay, honey. This guy, hey, love. They don't look like what they've been through, so they forgot where they came from. They've been looking so good for the past years because the Most High been blessing them, but now they don't remember where they came from. Remember, we talked about this before. I'm going to keep my shoes under the bed, so I have to crawl before I go running. I have to crawl before I walk so I can remember what I've been through, why I'm where I am. All right, we're going to say that again. I keep my shoes under the bed so I could crawl before I walk, so I could crawl before I run, before I put my shoes on, so I can remind myself what I've been through and where I am now. I will never forget. I don't look like what I've been through, but I remember what I got out of. I remember the things that I have survived. Come on, honey. All right, Az. Do you see that? Yeah, right, DJ Chosen. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? So I'll never be in a place I don't look like what I've been through, so I forgot where I came from. And that's what a lot of arrogant people say. And that's what a lot of arrogant people believe. But we can't do that because I didn't get here all by myself. I didn't do this on my own. I have the ability to do it because it has been given to me and he has used me to do it. But when we begin to forget who our Father is and where our abilities came from, this is when this arrogance sneaks in, this ego-based resistance. I'm better than you, that I start resisting some things. And listen to this, arrogant people always on the defensive. If you ever dealt with an arrogant person that is always on the defensive, it didn't matter what you said. Put a 1 in the comments. You say, where the water at? Okay, right, DJ Chosen. I want you to put a 1 in the comments. You dealt with co-workers, always on the defensive, always, why, what you think I did it? Well, did Jesus? All I said was where the water was. You want to volunteer yourself like you the bandit. Ain't nobody was talking to you. They're always ready to say, always on the defensive. If you ever dealt with somebody that was arrogant and they always on the defensive and they always ready to express their anger, why you got what you trying to say is me? Like, dang, calm down. Ain't nobody talking to you. Ain't nobody even thinking about you. What's wrong with you? They always angry. Always got to express that anger. Always got to show why. Because it brings authority. It brings fear. It puts you in a place like Preacher was talking about earlier. It puts you in a place that you don't want to deal with it again. You don't want to deal with them. You know what? Oh, they in the lunchroom. I ain't even going in there. Thank you, Sunflower. You going to lunch? Who's in the lunchroom? Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna eat outside. Niggas don't. We don't even want to be around you. They could be. The preacher said it. Arrogant people could be the loneliest people because nobody wants to deal with it. You know what's deep? I'm gonna give you a situation. This is what arrogant people do. Arrogant people are like a bear. Okay. We're ignoring that the bear smells. He's been in the wilderness, and we're ignoring that the bear's fur smells. We're ignoring that the bear got fleas. We're ignoring all this stuff because we sit there and we're horrified by the fact that the bear is strong. I want you guys to catch this thing. All right? I'm trying to bring it to our perspective. So we're ignoring that the bear smells. We're ignoring that he has fleas. But we're horrified in the fact that the bear is strong. And if we are not brave, and we are not confident, and we are not patient, the bear, will roar in our face until we break down. Do I got to say that again? If you want me to say that again, I want you to put a 1 in the comments, because we about participation. This week is about participation. We're going to learn some things today. If you want me to say that again, put a 1 in the comments. If you want to be the fish, thank you, Sunflower. If you want me to say that again, there's things that we need to have to stand against arrogant people. And sometimes it's not just arrogant people, but it is us. Thank you, Sunflower. The bear will roar in our face until we break down, till we get so scared, okay, Prime, till we get so scared that we break down, and that's why arrogant people always feel dominant. And what I mean by is I say things, I ain't got to curse you, I'll make you feel so small. They're living a life like this, breaking people down. Why? Because they're hurt. Why? Because they're exaggerating their abilities, because they really don't believe in them. Okay, we're gonna tap in some things with arrogance. Why did we do these things that were arrogant? Why did we have these traits that arrogant people have? It's because we had to pretend something because we really didn't believe. Arrogant people can't, okay, DJ Chosen. Arrogant people, thank you, Prime, for the taps. Arrogant people can't really show you the truth. They can't show you the proof of what they're saying because it's not true. But I got to make it. I got to feel like I'm strong. And I got to break other people down to feel good because I just can't. I don't feel it by myself. That's deep. Arrogant people cannot feel important alone. Arrogant people cannot feel important alone. I need somebody to break down so I can feel good. I need somebody to tell that I'm right so I could believe that I'm right. I need to feel superior in this situation and put fear in everybody's heart so that I could feel like I'm somebody. Right, DJ Chosen? Thank you for the taps. Do you see that? That's okay. Arrogant people walk around. Arrogant people like to play the blame game, right? They play the blame game because they always feel like they're right. It's not you. They're never accountable. Why? Because if I can't, arrogant people have to use other people to feel better about themselves because they don't feel like they're enough. Arrogant people can't do it alone. Why is there so much aggression towards other people? Why do they always got to make sure that somebody knows that they're right? It's not just good enough that they believe it themselves, but they need everyone around them to believe that they're right too. It's not enough because it's not enough because it can't just be me. All right, let's keep going. People, thank you, Sunflower. Yay! Thank you guys for helping me get closer to my goal, 5 stars. So the interesting thing, and we're going to talk about this, the interesting thing that arrogant people are very successful. Arrogant people are very successful. You know why? Because they don't care. They'll take any risk they need to take. They take risk. They take more risk than someone that is not arrogant. Thank you, DJ Chosen, for the taps. They take way more risk. And because they take more risk, it looks attractive. People like it. Because it shows, oh, you're taking risk again? They believe that they're strong. They believe this stuff, but it's because they're so hard-headed about being right. They don't want to be accountable so they can take risks because they will never blame themselves. Come on. They take more risks because they don't blame themselves. They will always point the finger to somebody else. You know, preacher talking about the blame game. It's Jade. Hey, love. Thank you for being a fan. Preacher talking about they play the blame game. Yeah, I'm going to blame everybody but me because it can't be me and move on to the next one. You know, I'm going to be real with you. That happened to me before. That happened to me in my relationships. In my young 20s, relationships I was in, I was never wrong. And it wasn't until my late 20s that I recognized now everybody can't be saying the same thing. And they don't even know each other now. There got to be something wrong, Candy. You can't always be right. Because why is if that's the case, why do people saying the same thing about you that's wrong? And they don't even know each other. You got to start waking up and stepping into a different perspective. When we talk about arrogance, it's the quality or state of not thinking. No, it's the quality of state of believing that you're better than everyone else. It's an ego based. If you see yourself in any of these, not being, always feeling like you're right, not listening, always interrupting, always want to be right, doesn't see anything different, pushes your point all the time, shows frustration, avoids accountability, creates a fear culture. If you see yourself in any of those things, then that is a vice that's on your life. We can't ignore this thing. I don't want these vices in my life. I need to step in these virtues that the Most High has called for me. Thank you, DJ Chosen, Brazilian. Thank you, love, for being a fan. So what is the virtue to this thing called arrogance? Oh, welcome, King. What is this? What is the virtue to this thing called arrogance? It's humility. Humility is such a strong trait. It's much harder to have humility than it is to be arrogant. Because what is humility? Humility is the quality or state of thinking, of not thinking that you're better than others. Did you hear me? Humility is a place that we are in that we don't believe that we're better than others. Listen, when I see you low, I remember when I was low. And though I may have $1 million and cars and houses and my family's good and my life is real good right now, I don't believe that I'm better than you. Okay, who I'm talking to. I don't believe that I'm better than you, because at the same time that I got what I got now, it can be removed from me and I could be just like you, like I was before. Come on, DJ Chosen. I remember where I came from. All this glitz and glamour ain't got nothing to do with me. Come on, that's humility. Come on, Brazilian, talk about it. There's some strength in that. There's some strength to see all that you have and all you've been blessed with, but you walk around and act like and still be humble enough like the homeless man. There's some strength about that, to have everything but walk around and have some compassion and some empathy for people that don't. Okay, Brazilian. All right, that part. Humility is such a strong trait, to have all, but still know it doesn't mean nothing. To have all and remember where you came from. Not to see people and think that they're less than, but you to remember when you was less than. When you didn't have it all together. When you didn't even love yourself. When you didn't even believe that you would have what you had today. That part. That's humility, a quality or state of not thinking that you're better than others. Even though it look like you are. Even though you have more than other people. No, it's not about that. Because Serene, hey gorgeous, SMH, I remember when I was low. I remember when I didn't have. So this stuff doesn't really mean nothing. If I have a whole fridge full of food, I remember when I didn't have food. I remember when I went days starving because I couldn't even afford a 99-cent cheeseburger in Wendy's or McDonald's. Who am I talking to? Have we all been there, or did we just arrive here? No, I'm humble because I know where I came out of. I'm humble because I know it don't have to stay like this. Who am I talking to? I'm blessed today, but sure enough, all this could be snatched from under me. Do you still believe that you're worthy? Okay, honey. Okay, sunflower. The way you feel, do you feel that way because of what you own? Do you feel that way because of what you possess? Or do you feel that way because you know your value on the inside? Humility. No, I don't just feel the way I feel just because. I feel the way I feel because I know my worth. My value is more than what's on the outside. And I can never feel like I arrived. Why do you take your time somewhere? Why are you so patient? Because I know how I used to be. Why don't you make it? Yeah, isn't funny they don't know how to read? Well, reading wasn't always easy for me. It wasn't always easy for me. And I'm humble because I see that. And just because I have it now doesn't mean I don't remember when I didn't. Humility brings us to a point that we admit our mistakes. I admit my mistakes because it's not just about you making mistakes. I make mistakes too. It takes more strength to admit that you're wrong than you're right. I'm gonna say it again. It takes more strength in you to admit that you're wrong than saying that you were right. It's harder for us to admit that we were wrong. It's harder for us, okay, Brazilian, to say that we're sorry. Because that means you're declaring that you made a mistake. But guess what that does? That brings us to a place of accountability. Right, DJ Chosen? We miss Dola. Brings us to a place of accountability. I'm accountable for what I did. I'm going to take ownership in my mistake. And I'm going to deal with my consequences, and it's okay. Humility, it'll cancel this thing. I admit my mistakes. Arrogance is going to say I'm always right. I'll admit my mistakes. And humble people, they listen to understand. Melanin, hey love, heavy, welcome. Humble people listen to understand. I'm not just hearing you just to hear you. And I told you I had the stages of this communication. At first, I was arrogant. What I'm saying is right. I don't got to hear what you have to say. That's how Candy used to be. I want to hear what you have to say. What you have to say ain't even right. I already know what I did was right and how I did and how I said it was right. And it is what it is. That's how I used to be. Arrogant people come to a place to just be like, this is who I am. And don't even know that they're living in a vice. Know how deep that is? You don't even know you're enslaved to the very thing that you believe that you are. I'm going to say this again. You don't even know that you're enslaved to the very thing you believe that you are. We run around in this lifetime telling people this is who I am when we're locked in vices. It's okay, Candace. Love you, beautiful. We're locked in vices, attaching ourselves, our identity to the vice. This is who I am. I'm arrogant. I always get angry. You better stop claiming these vices as if it's who you are. These vices ain't who you are. J Princess, welcome for gorgeous MCM. These vices are not who you are. Stop identifying yourself with these vices. Oh yeah, but I'm always right. No. Okay, DJ Chosen. No, it's more than that. No, we got to start identifying ourselves with these virtues. Vices are a choice. That part, preacher. But we've been living in them so long, we don't believe that they are. We believe it's me. Oh, I've always been like this. I tell like it is. What you mean? So you're saying that you never grow? So you're saying that you will never be better? Because if this is who you are, I can't say who I am today is who I am because I'm growing every day. Okay, Nola, yes. I feel your energy. Thank you for being here, love. Our mouth gives life to what we say. Right. Our mouth gives life to what we say. No. I'm going to stop living in this. That's not who you are. I don't care if you talk like that right now. He's going to change and cultivate your speech. Why? Because that's how he created you. I can't say this is who I am today. No, I'm going to be better. This is not always you speaking things in existence. Come on, Brazil. I'm saying that this is who I am. No, you were born and created to grow. In all aspects, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mind, body, and soul. Everything grows together. I'm not going to be locked down with these vices. These vices are keeping us as slaves. No, step into humility. Admit your mistakes. Have some strength on the inside to say, you know what I did was wrong. I should have did it this way. You know what I did, I say for you to not do it all the time, but now I'm doing it. I shouldn't have did that. It takes a lot of strength on the inside to admit that you're wrong. And you know what? That strength, energy, goes into your growth. You need to be on here every day. You give me strength. Brazilian, yes, I try to be on here every day. I basically am. Okay, Nola. When we talk about energy, I said it's harder for us to admit that we're wrong. We use more energy to tell us or to confess that we did something wrong, but that energy is stronger because it has to push the growth. Okay, we're going to get a little bit technical. We're going to start dealing with energy right now. I'm talking to my energy beings, my energy people, my God beings right now, my king and queens that deal with energy, that deal with vibration. You're listening to the sounds. That's all Earth's vibration. Okay? We need vibrations to grow. All right. I'm going to lose some people, but we in there. We need vibrations to grow. Come on, honey. It's a lot easier for us to say that we're right. But it's harder for us to say that we're wrong because it takes more energy. Why? Because we have to push the energy out to bring the growth. To initiate the growth. Yes, rest. Thank you, love. Thank you, Brazilian. Appreciate you, queen. To push the growth. There's more energy in admitting the mistake because the energy in pushing that mistake out and speaking it in the atmosphere brings the growth. The energy to grow has to come from somewhere. Think of a plant. A plant needs water so it can get energy to grow. A plant needs sun so it can get energy to grow. We need something on the inside to push our growth. And when we admit our mistakes, the energy we use to admit our mistakes brings growth in us. Okay, I hope we're listening right now. That's what it is, and that's real. So I admit my mistake and I listen to understand. Why? Because understanding brings growth. I'm not living this life anymore, exhausting my energy on things that don't help me be better. I'm going to say that again. We're going into 2022. I'm not living this life anymore, exhausting my energy in things that don't make me better. That's what humility does for me. The more humble I am is the deeper that I grow. The deeper my roots grow down in the ground and the higher my tree can be seen. Come on, where's my earth people? Where's my energy people? Let's talk about it. So do you hear that? I gotta let these things grow deep. Why? I listen to understand because my growth is more important. My growth is more important than speaking that I'm right. My growth is more important than just ignoring what somebody's saying. AJ, welcome forward, King. Great rising. Welcome, love. Welcome back. Broken, hey, love. So my growth is more important. So I'm listening now. It's not about what I'm saying, because I listen to understand so I can grow. What is at the end of your equation, king and queens? I'm being serious. What is at the end? Thank you, AJ. What is at the end of your equations? Is it your better self? Is it growth? Or is it something that's stagnant? Or is it what keeps us in the vice? What hurts us? What harms us? Let's just say love. We have to make sure that our growth is at the end of the equation. No, I'm going to listen to understand, because understand brings growth. I'm going to admit my mistakes because me admitting my mistakes brings growth. I don't interrupt what people are saying because I'm listening to understand, so I give people space. Oh, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean giving people space? I don't just interrupt people. I allow them to express themselves. I give them some space. Arrogant people always got to be in everybody's space. If you ever dealt with somebody like that before, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. An arrogant person that's always in everybody's space. You hear somebody trying to talk something, they start talking over them. They want to interrupt everything. If you ever dealt with an arrogant person in everybody's space, put a 1 in the comments. I want to know, this is what we deal with people. I love you, Queen. I love you. Yes, I just went through that part of my life. Come on, Brazilian. How about I have been that person? Okay, Nola. Let's just do it. I can't stand someone who interrupts. Okay, interrupts. You don't even know what I'm saying. How about the people that have the answer to what you said and you even say it yet? How about the I love you drop. Okay, Nola, because that been me before too. How about the people, okay? How about the people that have an answer to what you're saying? You haven't said nothing yet. You like, and they start talking over you. Yeah, how can you say that? Well, I didn't say nothing. You didn't even give me a chance to say anything. I do that to my daughter because I know she's going to ask me about something. That's because you know your daughter well, Drip. Honey, hey, love. Riot for growth. Right, come on, Nola. It's real. I gotta go bring this back. That's funny. It's so real. Those type of people are, man, honey child. Listen, they answering you. I didn't even say what I had to say. I got halfway through my sentence. And you're Miss Cleo. You just know exactly what I was going to say. That wasn't even what I was going to say. Let me finish what I have to say so you can have a different perspective about what's going on. Because that's not even what I was talking about. Okay. But someone that has humility allows people to have their space. My mom. Right. Hey, OP. Hey, love. China, welcome forward, love. They allow people to have their space to say what they got to say. This part is deep. I want to see where my king and queens are. Even if you're right. Okay, listen to me now. Even if you're right, do you allow people to express what they have to say? You know how hard that is for us? You're right. You got receipts. And the person is trying to express to you why they right. It's hard though. Okay. Isn't it real hard to stay quiet? Put a 1 in the comments if it's hard for you to stay quiet. Okay, 1 for Candy. It's hard for me to stay quiet because I got receipts. If it's hard for you to stay quiet, okay, pretty, put a 1 in the comments. Okay, Keys. It's hard for me you got receipts, you got recordings, video, footage, HD quality. There's a lot going on now. You got a whole lot. What type of receipt you want? You waiting in the background. Okay, you waiting in the background so you can have your turn. I can't wait. Right, DJ Chelsea? You waiting in the background so you can have your turn. Listen, what type of... We don't even say I got receipts. We say what type of receipt you want. You want the text? You want the video footage? You want the photographs? What you want? Because I got all the things to show you that you're wrong. What I'm saying is right. Come on, pretty. Come on, DJ Chosen. Come on, Drip. Okay? And it's real hard for us to sit back and be quiet. But here it is, King and Queens. Do you care enough about the person that you're listening to initiate the growth? Because the growth just doesn't come from you being right. All right, we're about to get deep. Me and Monroe, love you. Welcome forward, Queen. Did you hear me? We're about to change some perspectives here. Your receipt doesn't matter about your screenshots. Your video doesn't matter about proving them wrong. Your audio doesn't matter about proving them wrong. They still claim they're right after you produce receipts right. So where does the growth come from? We're talking about humility. We're dealing with people, even when we have receipts, dealing with people and being right. And even if we show it to them, they still want to say that they're right. We're talking about arrogant people, dealing with arrogant people. But the deep part about it is we want to, us showing the evidence and the receipts is not the important thing. What do you mean? We trying to prove them they think they're right. No, the receipts is not the important thing. It's why they believe that they're right. So that's what I'm saying. I used to say what I had to say. You know, I'm right. I don't want to hear what you have to say, this and that. Then I had to come to a place to be able to listen to what they're saying. And it's super hard for us to be quiet, to give them the respect to release what they have to say when we could just shut them down from the door. I got receipts, so you wasting your time right now. You saying that you're right really doesn't matter. Just let me talk so I can show you that I'm right, so we can just get over this and move forward. And that's what we care about, right, Monroe? And that's what we care about. But that's what I would do. Now I would give you the stage to express what you had to express, but I couldn't wait to prove that I was right. Before, I didn't even want to hear what you had to say. Now I'd let you say what you had to say to prove you wrong. So there was another stage of communication. Now the next stage is, no, I don't care about this right here. I care about more understanding on why you're saying what you're saying. And that is growth, right? Because I need to understand where you're coming from so we can grow in this. Otherwise, there's not going to be no growth. So I want to know why you believe that you're right, even with me showing receipts to you. Now I can understand your motive. Now I see why you think. Now I can evaluate some things to see if you really should be in my life or not. How is this benefiting you? How is this benefiting me? Come on. All right, let's keep going. So when you're humble, come on, honey. When you're humble, you come to a place where you have an open mind. That's what it is. I'm trying to put myself in your shoes to see where you're coming from, because I have an open mind now. Humble people have an open mind because everybody thinks different, and everybody's in different places in their life of growth, and some people just don't understand. I don't just assume that everybody understands. I can't do that. Humble people understand that I didn't always understand either. And I was in that place before too. Thank you, honey. Being humble, you have an open mind. You embrace differences. You look at different perspectives. You allow ideas to merge. Not my ideas and just best. We need to come together. We need to share our energy. We need to grow together. We need to level up together. And this is what humble people do. All right. So they allow to merge ideas. They demonstrate patience. Patience is a hard thing. We talked about it yesterday, but you demonstrate patience. I'm going to be patient with you because I love you enough, because I want to understand. Do you really have patience for the ones that you love? Or the people that you claim that you love? Even when they're wrong. Are you patient enough? Humble people stay patient even when they're right. Humble people take ownership. They are accountable for their actions. You know, because I recognize that I haven't arrived. I don't always have it together. So I can be accountable for my mistakes. You know, I wasn't created perfect. This is what humble people do. I wasn't created perfect to have it all together, and that's okay. You know, the way we can be humble is if we recognize it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not have it all together. And that's what keeps us humble, because it's okay. Humility and humble people build a learning culture where it's okay to learn. It's okay to grow. A place where no one's better than the other. Come on now. We all make mistakes. We all been there. We all don't got it together. And we stay humble by that. How can we be humble? I'm going to list 5 more things. How can we be humble? We can be humble by listening. How can I keep myself humble? By listening. You know, I don't want to cut you off. I want to hear what you have to say. Humble by listening. We can be humble by being mindful. We can be humble by being grateful. You know, that is like the most number one thing that keeps me humble. I'm talking to King of Queens. Is my gratefulness to all that the Most High has given me. You guys hear me? When I think about all the Most High has done for me staying grateful keeps me humble. Because it wasn't always like this. O'Shea, welcome forward, King. Shalom to you, love. Do you see that? Hey. It keeps me grateful that there was a time I couldn't eat in 5-star restaurants. Okay, Mike. There was a time that I didn't have money to put gas in my car. There was a time that I couldn't afford anything. Food, water. It keeps me grateful. It's not. It wasn't always like this. And when I'm in a place of gratefulness, I'm humble. I don't look at somebody bigger than who I am because I know when I was low. Right, Mike. I remember where I came from. Welcome back, Elevated. Demigoddess, hey, gorgeous. Do you see? I remember where I came from. So how do I stay humble? I'm telling you, gratefulness is what keeps me humble. I didn't always think like this. I always had an attitude. I never heard what anybody had to say. I wished bad on people. I hurt people because I was hurt. Come on, DJ Cat. Yes, we all had to go back to that place. Come on, honey. And the more I think about it is the way I keep myself humble. I don't have to have this car. I could be in a place that I can't financially afford to pay my bills. I could be in a place that I'm not able here to sit here and talk to you. Right, come on, honey. It's a humbling experience. So what keeps me humble is my past. Lucky, welcome forward, love, is what I've been through. How I survived. The things that I survived keeps me humble. Being mindful of other people will keep you humble. DJ Joseph, DJ Cat. Being mindful of other people will keep you humble. Mindful to yourself will keep you humble. Listening will keep you humble. Other thing that keeps you humble is asking for help. I want to ask you, King and Queens, a question. And I want us all to be real. Great rising, Lucky. Love you, beautiful. I want to ask all of you a question. And I want you to be real with me. I want you to be real with yourself. Hey, Marie. Hey, love. I want you to be real with yourself. Is it hard for you to ask for help? If it's hard for you to ask for help, put a 1 in the comments. I'm being real. If it's hard for you to ask for help, King and Queens, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. Very hard. You know what it is? Strong people, it was hard for me to allow others to help me. Yes, come on, Lucky. Because you know what's real? The strongest people are the strongest people are the hardest to ask for help. So what I mean is, the strongest people, is very hard for strong people to ask for help. Why? Because we're looked at in a certain image. We're looked at as a certain way. You know, it's harder for us because how do I look like asking for help when everybody asks help from me? Come on. Am I talking to someone today? Easy for me to help others more often. Right, exactly. That part, Lucky. Come on, Coco. All right, Simply. I felt rewarded when I helped others. Right. Okay, honey. Well, how can I ask somebody for help when everybody always asks me for help and I'm always there for everyone else? What do I look like asking the people that I helped throughout the years for help for me? This is what goes on in our mind. Even when I needed it more. Come on, Lucky. Man, that's real. I've been dishing out this help for years, and I still dish out more help even when I need the help more than the people I'm helping. Ooh. Come on, talk about it, Queen. Even though I need help more than the people that I'm helping. We come to a place to be more humble when we can ask for help. It's real. Come on, honey. We're going to break these vices today. Because whether you want to agree to it or not, whether you slim, welcome for gorgeous, whether you want to agree to it or not. So a lot of times we helping people. And that's why the strongest people are the most loneliest people, because we don't have that strong person to go to help. Because we feel everybody depends on us, so we can't depend on anyone. He wants us to be dependent on him because he is the everlasting force. He is the energy that never gives in. And he wants us to be connected to him. That's why it seems like us stronger people are always feel lonely. We don't feel like there's someone that we can depend on, but yet everyone depends on us. And like Lucky's saying, we don't ask for help because we helping so many people even when we need more help than they do. Thank you, Prime. So when we come to a place to be able to ask for help, it's okay. Even though you're the strongest person in the room, it's okay to ask for help, King. Even though you're the strongest person in your family, Queen, it's okay to ask for help. Come on, Prime. And that is a vice of arrogance when we can't come to a place to ask. Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm nothing. That's why I don't ask. What? That's why there's such a great dependency on you. Arrogance begins to sneak in. Yeah, my mentor told me that. Come on, DJ Chosen. That's why listen to this. That's why it's so important, because the arrogance will sneak in. Because how can I ask people for help if I'm always helping everybody? I'll just take care of it myself. Did you guys hear what I said? Sometimes don't ask because of fear of rejection. Wow, I have an asking problem. Come on, we're going to face these things that's keeping us in these vices. We do have an asking problem. And we feel like we're not arrogant, but you are. Because you feel like you help everyone else. You can't ask for help yourself. That is a place where we begin to exaggerate our own importance. Come on, now we're tapping into some things. Gotta learn to ask for help. Yes. Pride is in the way. Come on, honey. This is DJ Chosen. Don't start feeding into this. Listen, we have to recognize the vice of arrogance in us. Yeah, but I'm strong, Candy. I'm not arrogant. I always help people. You are, because you believe that you exaggerate your own importance. What makes you less important that you don't need help too? Come on, right, Prime? We got to do better. I feel guilty when I ask. Everyone has so much going on. That's exactly what I just said, Sauce. Coco, my mind goes into forget it. I'll just get it done myself. Right, I just said that. The music louder. You want me to turn it up, Lucky? That's my issue. Right, come on. I feel like everyone has stuff going on, but listen to this. That arrogance has snuck in because we begin to exaggerate our own importance. Yeah, but I don't feel like I'm important. But listen, your actions make you do. Lord, it was louder. It lowered. Oh, okay, yeah, it goes in and out. Right. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, love. Yeah, this one, it goes up and down, the volumes. It's kind of annoying. Thanks for the enlightenment. No, we're gonna keep going, Prime. We're gonna keep going. We don't believe that we're arrogant. We're choosing not to ask for help. I'm not arrogant because I don't believe. You see what DJ Chosen and Saucy said? Well, I'm not going to ask for help because, I feel like they got a lot going on. And I'm usually helping them. So how could they help me? Because they always have an issue. They always have something going on. So I don't want to burden them with what I need. Come on, I'm about to tap in some things. I don't want to burden them with what I need. So, Candy, that's not arrogance because I don't feel like I'm better than them. But you do, though. You don't think that you are, but your actions show that you are. But what do you mean by that? Arrogance means exaggerated sense of one's own importance. So what makes you so important that you don't need help? Oh, We're tapping in some things right now. We're changing the perspective. What makes you feel you're so important and you're so much higher that you don't need help? Yeah, but I just don't want to burden them. But how are you better than who they are? Because you feel those others aren't capable. That's where the arrogance comes in. Come on, honey. So why do they need help but you don't from other people? Oh, I'll just help. I was just thinking that before you said it. It's perspective. Yeah, we got to change the perspective. Why does the glass look a certain way for other people but don't look the same for us? Come on. Why does the same glass look different for other people that we help than different for us, and we have the same glass? It's perspective. No, my grandparents put their needs aside to raise me, so I feel like the universe has given so much. Right, but what makes us any different? The arrogance comes in because it brings a difference between you and them. And what did your grandparents do to give in to be able to help you, Saucy? The universe is a vast place and it's a big place, and the Most High is controlling a lot of things. But how did your grandparents get there to love you how you did? What was the exchange in their life? Come on. It's a lot deeper than what we see. And sometimes we feel like we owe a debt to people, but the debt has been already paid. Oh, all right. Now we're going even further now. What do we not see? My thoughts are not your thoughts. That's what the Most High says. How can we begin to understand? But because we're human, we want answers. And because we see what we see, and that's what it is. That's law. But where was the exchange for your grandparents? Maybe you know, maybe you will never know. Maybe the exchange was already given. And we're paying a debt that was already paid. All right, Most High, I hear you. Thank you, Mick. Audrey, welcome forward, love. The debt was already paid. He had died on the cross. So anything that we could do in this lifetime could never be compared to the debt that was paid for us. So I feel like it. See, Saucy, I feel like it because I love them. And they sacrificed a lot for me. So I feel like I got to sacrifice more for others. But who gave the ultimate sacrifice? Was it not him? It was the Most High that did it for us. We can come to a place for some recognition, but we can never come to a place that we feel like we got to put in debt, because guess what? There's no debt in love. There is no debt in love. I got to change my... Hold on, guys. My battery's dying. No problem. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, love does not boast, right? Love doesn't count debts. You know, Saucy, your grandparents have paid the price of love. Do you see that? Your grandparents have paid the price of love. That there's no debt there. That true unconditional love that they've given you doesn't count costs. There wasn't a debt, but we talk about it and we're just saying it, that it's our perspective, it's the way we think about it that makes us feel a certain way. But we can't begin to receive the love that we have gotten from people unconditionally and prostitute that thing by putting a price on it. I know this. I know it's going to get a little bit deep for us, but that's real. What we do a lot of times is because we have been given an unconditional love, something we feel like there's a debt to be owed. How dare we put a price on something that is priceless, that was given out of given to us for free? Unconditional love has no value. And what I mean by that is it's not an exchange. It's given looking for nothing in return. So they sacrifice for you and they will do it again. You sacrifice for your children and you would do it again. You do what you do. Come on, right, DJ Cat? You do what you do. You do what you do because you love them. I'm sure, Saucy, that your grandparents would never ever want you to think that what they gave you out of their pure heart and all that they sacrificed and all that they done and the great love that they have for you, that they would ever want you to feel that there was any debt. They want you to feel it knowing that you deserved every part of it, that you deserved every piece of it. And there's nothing to be owed and nothing to be swayed, not through the universe or not, because if that was the case, then we all would be paying back for the greatest sacrifice, and that's him giving up his son for our sins. Come on now. That's real. When I have love to give, no matter the price, it's about seeing happiness from the other person. That part. Come on, DJ Cat. And that's real. Silk, hey love. Pink, hey love. All right. I love you, Saucy. And they sure did love you. And you don't have to pay back anything. We never have to pay back for unconditional love. Right, Elevated? Yes. Hey, Kiss. Welcome forward, love. Never have to. Count. Hey, love. So, Great Rising. So that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about love. And being able to ask for help. Ask for help because it keeps you humble. If people can ask you for help, sure enough, and you can give it, you can sure enough ask for help from others. You're not greater than them. You're not better than them that you're the only person on earth that can handle your own stuff. Come on. That's what you're saying. When you say, oh, they're too busy, I'll handle it myself. You're telling me you're the only person on earth that can always handle everything by yourself? That is false. There's no way we can always handle stuff by ourselves. Do you help them when they ask for help, even when you're burdened, even when you're helping others? Come on, listen to me. When people ask you for help and you're burdened, you have a lot of situations going on, you may even be helping other people, do you still help them? If you're burdened, if you're tired, I'm talking to you now. If someone asks you for help that you love unconditionally, do you still help them with your own issues? Burdened, helping other people, depleted, do you still help them? I want you to put a 1 in the comments if you are. If you do still help the ones that you love, even when you're burdened, even when you're going through, even when it's hard for you, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. I need you to understand something. If you help people when you're burdened and when you're going through, but you still help other people that you love, put a 1 in the comments. Always. Okay, Jazzy. Jazzy says 1. DJ Chosen says 1. Thank you, Most High. I am thanking him because he's about to bring some revelation to us right now. Okay, preacher. All right. All right. Who else? Does anybody help? Okay, Elevated. I need some more 1. I need us to recognize this. Does anybody help even though I'm depleted? I see my brother. I see my sister. I see my children. I see my parents. They need my help and I'm going through. I'm going to help them. Even though I'm going through, I'm going to help them. Why? Because I love them. Come on. Put a 1 in the comments. If you ever went through that, you are low, you are depleted, you're going through your own stuff, but you see your family members going through and they need help, but you're there to help them. Come on, I'm trying to show us something. That way we can ask for help. All right. We help them. Okay, preacher. I stopped though. Wisdom showed me it doesn't help. Right. But listen to this. And that's true. And that's true. We can never, if I'm not 100, I can't give you 100. And that's what DJ's saying. DJ Chills is saying. If I'm depleted, I can't give you what I should be giving you because I don't have enough on the inside. But listen to this. So if we would help people when we have our own issues going on and our own burdens, and we choose to help them, why? Because we love them. Why do we feel that our love for them is greater than our love for us. Listen to what I'm saying. Why do we feel? We don't ask for help because they're going through. Why do we feel our love for them is greater than the love for us? Well, I don't feel like that. You do, because you don't ask for help. Okay. Listen to me. You do because you don't ask for help. Out of guilt. Come on, Coco. We're bringing some things to light so we can fix some things. The reason why you're choosing not to ask for help is because you feel their burden. But yet, when you're burdened and they need help, you're there on a double. So why do you feel your love for them is greater than their love for you? If that's the case, you shouldn't even be in a relationship with them. Come on. Now I have best friends. If I need something, and I'm there for them all the time. But if I need something, I ask for help. Why? Because our love is equal. When we don't feel that our love is the same, it's hard for us to ask for help. And sometimes, hey, Chi, Cynthia, thank you, gorgeous. And sometimes it's because our perception is wrong and not because of what we see. They may feel the same way. I may have burdens, but if you need help, let me know. We got a Shorty Red. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate you guys helping me get closer to my goal, 5 stars. I love y'all. Cynthia, you see that? We believe, thank you, Coco. We believe that their love, our love for them is greater than their love for us. And if our love is not equal, we shouldn't be in that situation anyway. Gia, I love you. Rasta, hey, gorgeous. Welcome for my queens. Love you guys. Do you see that? That's hard. So remember, ask for help. If you have the right relationships, you should not be scared to ask for help, even if they're going through. I don't ask for help because I don't want to burden people. Well, what about your burdens when you help them? We got to start seeing ourselves as the same. And if we can't do that, then we got to start working on the inside. We got to start coming to a place to believe in who we are. Believe that we deserve more. But I have so much.